Well, hello everyone. I am back really briefly because I wanted to talk about something where we're flying into a whole new way of living. You know, so many things going on in the world with the things that are happening in the Middle East, and there's a lot of people, especially truthers, that are sharing things that, oh gosh, I thought we were beyond this. I thought we were beyond speaking ill about other people, and these are spiritual people that are saying some really harsh things about Iranians and about people in the Middle East. And I wanted to share from my perspective, okay? Because I spent a lot of time in the Middle East. I've been all through. UAE is a little different, of course. But I've been through Sharjah, Ajman, pretty much the 7 Emirates, and then down into Oman. I brought my 2 girls with me, if you can imagine, in 2012. It was actually quite scary because at that time, oh my gosh, the media was painting anyone from the Middle East to be greasy and dirty, and they were always the villains in all the movies. And boy, did we get an education. I brought my girls, like I said, and at the time, my oldest was Miss Teen Canada. Both girls, beautiful, stunning looking, and I've never felt so safe with them ever that I did in the Middle East. So, what we hear from the media, I really would urge you to take it with a grain of salt, because people are people worldwide. And when you hear someone that is a very high-profile truther, psychic, mystic, what else do they call themselves? Remote viewer, all this kind of stuff. And yet they're spewing things that are very... saying that people are primitive. They're not. This is one of the world's oldest cultures. They are, from my experience, I volunteered in the hospitals, I volunteered at the food banks in the Middle East, right? We went into people's homes. We broke bread with them. We had breakfast, dinner, and lunches with so many different families, and they warmly opened up their homes to us as strangers. The food just flowed, and the laughter and the joy. These people are considerate, compassionate. They think first before they speak. That was really the biggest thing that I noticed, was that they speak less and listen more. And in fact, at one point, I'm a bit of a chatterbox, right? And one of the gentlemen that I was traveling with, he's like a brother to me, and from the Middle East. And so he actually said, Carrie, you need to learn to speak less and listen more. 2 ears, 1 mouth, right? And I was like, I know, I have heard this one a few times in my lifetime. This is not the first time I've heard it. But it was a really difficult month for me, in working with them, because, wow, I realized I didn't shut up. and they listen. They are so considerate. They understand that your words have energy, and that the energy flows through you and out, and they ponder the energy of what you're saying. They digest it. And then when they're ready, they'll actually contribute. They're not spending the whole time thinking, oh yeah, and jumping in and giving their 2 bits. No, this is a evolved society, I believe, in that we could learn a lot from them. But we were Islamophobic when we got there. We had no idea. I thought I was pretty open, No. It was like not at all. I learned very quickly, and so did my girls, that we were being given a lot of propaganda in North America about the Middle East. Never seen such clean people. You could eat off of, you go in the malls, you could eat off the floor. I mean, it reflected. It was so stunning. You go in the mosques, again, floors, they look like mirrors. No litter, no harassment, it was just, and no feeling of oppression. I didn't understand that. I always thought the women were oppressed there. And my experience was that, they wear the hijab, they wear the abaya, the hijab, the headdress, and the abaya, the dress, itself. And it's by choice. And so we thought, okay, we're going to walk in the shoes of someone in the Middle East. While we're here, we're going to walk in their shoes. We went to the largest mosque. It was in Abu Dhabi. And they had a little room to the side. And if you like, you could try on the abaya and the hijab. And so I said, well, girls, I'm going to try it, but you don't have to. This is your choice, right? Certainly wouldn't pressure the kids to try this. So we all got undressed, and apparently you just wear your underwear underneath, in the summer especially, right? In the heat of the summer where it gets very, very warm. And I gotta tell you, I felt liberated. It's going to sound really strange, but when you're just wearing, your lingerie underneath, you just feel like, wow, this silky, gorgeous, rich feeling dress. It's so smooth on your skin. And of course, it's not polyester. It's not a vibration that is not in alignment with you. These are natural fibers, and they just felt so beautiful. And, we felt exotic. We felt really beautiful. Had a little bit of makeup on, and we could see how it served a purpose. It probably won't be a popular thing to be said out there, but it stopped me from clucking my tongue, because just weeks prior to this, I was in Edmonton, Alberta. I'll never forget it. There was a woman that came in a abaya and a hijab, and she came in and she was watching her daughter swimming, and her husband was with her. And at the time I looked and I thought, oh, she should tell her husband that she can wear whatever she damn well pleases. This is terrible that she has to wear this. And no, I realized I was friggin' brainwashed. It was like 2020 all over again, but only that time I didn't. Yeah. So anyways, being in the Middle East, and especially Oman, nicest people. So when I see, bombs going off and stuff, I have good friends in Iran, and they are probably the most beautiful souls you could ever meet. I met them through Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks, when we were down in Mexico, and they were at the event with Esther, and gosh, these people, they are just so eloquent, and in their speech and their energy, far from being, what did she call them? Primitive. That was it. Couldn't believe watching one of the videos of a truther, psychic. Yeah, I'll keep my opinion on that one, although I think I've already shared it. Here I'm judging someone else and saying don't judge, but I'm doing it myself. So there's lessons in all of this. I guess really what I'm saying is, let's all come from a place of love, shall we? And realize that people are being hurt and these are good people, maybe with some bad leaders, but most of those bad leaders were placed in there by someone else that who, right? So we can't hold our anger against a beautiful race of people because of our bigotry or our ignorance. That's the word. It's the propaganda. So I'm going to invite you, when this war is finished, consider going to the Middle East and just, breaking bread with people and getting to know them. And when you laugh with them, when you have dine with them, and the laughter starts to flow and the conversation, you'll realize that you have way more in common with them than not. And in fact, almost all of them speak beautiful English. The education system is incredible. The culture, it's really beautiful. So I wish that we would get to know each other more on this planet. And by doing so, no one, and I mean no one, can pull the the wool over our eyes yet again. It's not going to happen. So choose love. That's the message today. And I choose the love for the truther, the psychic that said all the nasty stuff about the Iranians, because I trust that she needed to, because it fueled me to come here and talk about love. And so for that, I thank her. Thank you, thank you. Many blessings to everyone. Love you. Bye now. Oh, and by the way, we have a podcast. It is every Friday, actually 3 days a week now. Tuesday morning at 1 o'clock. Is it 1 o'clock or 11 o'clock? I got to ask my assistant, Tammy.
1 o'clock.
Okay, so Tuesday's 1 o'clock Mountain Time. Wednesday is 7 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time again. So those are readings where I grab the cards, right, and I do readings for you. So you can come in with questions and we'll do the readings. And then on Friday is talks like this, but this one I wanted to just come out and be raw with you guys and tell you my feelings, okay? So that's it. I hope to see you on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook real soon. Much love, everyone. Bye-bye now.